Hello, welcome to 5-Minute Maths. Today we'll be going over on how to divide polynomials. Now before we start the video, please consider subscribing and turning on the notification bell for more quality content. Now let's get on with the video. Alright, so dividing polynomials is pretty similar to dividing regular numbers. So first, let me show you how to divide polynomials by doing an example problem for you guys. So we have our first problem. We have 2x squared plus 6x plus 4 divided by x plus 1, and we want to know what that equals to. So we can first, since it's similar to regular division, we can first put it in also same format as regular division. So we can put it as the bracket, and we have 2x squared plus 6x plus 4, and we're dividing by x plus 1. So put x plus 1 right here. All right, change a different color. Okay, so this is where it starts to get different. So we want to, when we divide, we want to look at this first term. So we want to look at x, right? So our first term in what we want to divide is 2x squared. So how many x fits into 2x squared? We do not, right now we do not care about the plus 1 part, only look at the front part, x. So how many x fits into 2x squared? Well, we know 2x times x equals to 2x squared. So we can first put 2x on top, because 2x times x is 2x squared. Now we multiply 2x by x plus 1, not just x this time, x plus 1. So 2x times x plus 1 will be 2x squared, and then 2x times 1, just 2x, so 2x squared plus 2x. And same thing, this is similar to regular division. We just subtract, right? Subtract, and that will equal 2x squared minus 2x squared is 0. And then we look at the next one, 6x. 6x minus 2x is 4x. And then we can just bring this 4 down, so just 4x plus 4. And now, same thing, we want to look at the first term right here. We want to look at x. We don't want to look at the plus 1 part. So how many x goes into 4x? Well, 4 times x equals to 4x, so we can put plus 4 right here. So we 4 times x equals to 4x, and 4 times 1 equals to 4. So 4x plus 4, we subtract, and obviously that cancels out, and we're done. Alright, so now let's do a little bit more complicated problem where we divide polynomials. So we have x to the 5th minus 13x cubed plus 12x squared plus 42x minus 72. That whole thing divided by x squared minus 6. So first, let's draw our bracket. So bracket here. And we write down x to the 5th. And now this is a pretty important thing to notice and actually to do when dividing polynomials. So if you notice our problem here, we're given x to the 5th minus 13x cubed. We go from a degree of x to the 5th directly to x cubed. We don't have a degree where it's just x to the 4th. So we need to create placeholder so you don't get confused while dividing. So in order to create placeholder, we can just do something like this. So we can do plus 0x to the 4th. So pretty much like this value is non-existent, but also like acts as a placeholder for us. So then we can just continue. Our next term is just negative 13x cubed, so minus 13x cubed, then plus 12x squared plus 42x minus 72. Okay, so that's it for this one. And now we need to look at x squared minus 6. So same thing happens here. We go from the degree of x cubed to just a constant. We don't have x. So you also need to create a placeholder. So we have x squared, and same thing, to create placeholder, just multiply by 0, basically. So plus 0x minus 6. All right, so now we can actually start dividing. So let me change color. So same thing as the previous problem, you just want to look at the first term in each. So first term of what you're dividing by, and also the first term by what's being divided. So our first term right here is x squared, and right here it is x to the 5th. So what times x squared equals to x to the 5th? Well, we know x cubed times x squared equals to x to the fifth. So now we multiply x cubed by the whole thing, which is x squared plus 0x minus 6. So let's do that. X cubed times x squared equals to x to the fifth. X cubed times 0x equals to 0x to the fourth. And x cubed times negative 6 equals to negative 6x cubed. So negative 6x cubed. So we subtract this on our thing. As you see, these x to the fifth will cancel out, and the 0x to the fourth will cancel out. This is where the placeholder comes in handy. So now basically, since we have a negative right here and a negative right here, we're simply adding the 6x cubed to negative 13x cubed. So negative 13x cubed plus 6x cubed will equal to negative 7x cubed. So now we bring down the next number. So we have plus 12x squared. So how many x squared, what times x squared, will come out to be 7x cubed? Well, negative 7x times x squared will give you negative 7x cubed. So then we just multiply everything by negative 7x. So negative 7x times x squared equals to negative 7x cubed. And then negative 7x times 0x equals to negative 0x squared. So negative 0x squared. And then negative 7x times negative 6. Negative times negative equals to positive. So that's positive 42x. So then we here, so the 7x will cancel out. And then you see this placeholder is simply 0. So this right here, this 12 times x squared would not be affected. So we're going to bring that down, 12x squared. And then you see if we bring this down, 42x, that will cross out, with this 42x, so that would be 0. And then you can bring this negative 72 down, then just negative 72. So let me first erase everything right here. So from then we know that it simply will be 12x squared minus 72. Recording was cut off, so let me quickly redraw what we had. We had 12x squared minus 72, and we were dividing by x squared plus 0x minus 6. So we want to look at the same thing. We want to look at the first term. So what times x squared equals to 12x squared? Well, 12 times x squared equals to 12x squared. So now we do 12 times this whole entire thing right here. So just 12 times x squared equals 12x squared. 12 times 0x, well, we can just disregard that now because we're the last step. And 12 times negative 6 equals negative 72. We subtract all of this and everything cancels out. So if you remember what we still had from earlier, so we just add that 12 on, right? So, well, from that, my previous division. So we remember what we had? We had x cubed minus 7x plus 12. So theoretically, if my recording wasn't cut off, that will be on the top of the bracket. So that will be our answer. So thank you for watching this introduction on how to divide polynomials. If you have any comments or suggestions, you can leave in the comment section below. And please remember to subscribe, like, and share the video. Thank you for watching.